pressed the right button. Yay, we're live! Okay. After all that.
For real? For real this time?
I think so. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I see it this time.
We're ready? I don't know how I had 3 viewers even though I wasn't. Anyway. Maybe they
It's
were.
probably just bots.
Yeah. Cool. Ready to go?
Let's just load in. How do you have a dislike? Did James dislike you?
Dislike. I don't know. I haven't got anything.
Yay, you're doing something. Oh, he's stuck.
What?
Oh. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
So do you know what the Stanley Parable is, Nick?
Yeah. I'm just trying to go off.
Do you,
Muted
James?
one thing in the other thing.
Hmm?
Do you know what the Stanley Parable is? There's a bit of distortion there. I didn't actually hear what you said, but I presume it's a yes.
I'm just saying, because the stream's like maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds behind the Discord.
Okay.
I'm just trying to decide which one to mute.
Probably mute the stream. Be best.
You can't really help sync times, I think. And participants, it counts you as a participant, so if the two watching, it's me and you.
Oh, I thought James was on already. Oh,
My
well.
fears is not looked into an account.
Oh, it looks like it might be a little bit laggy. Or there's a pretty low frame rate for some reason. I can't hear anything.
There's some random person's missing legs, so there we go.
Okay. Hopefully it'll get better.
Also, I might stick to writing in the chat. That way I can follow that maybe, I don't know.
Coey's on UV streamer. Thanks, Nick. That's what. Back up. Okay, I think we're meant to be leaving this cubicle, so that's the first question. Should we leave? I'm still in the settings menu. Okay. Might be a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stay in the cubicle. Not sure if there's any other controls in this, so we'll just move around. Okay, sure you still want to stay? I want to see if the narrator's still working actually.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, yeah, that is working.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I wonder if we stay in this room for long enough if it does something. I don't think it does, but I think if you stay in the office he tells you to get out eventually. Or like there's an ending that involves you just staying in there for ages. Anyway, let's continue on. Oh, it's a bit of lag. You can hear some shuffling in the background.
Go to the
Okay.
When
Or
Stanley
30
came to
door.
a set of 2 open doors,
Oh.
he entered the door
Try
on
the
his
handle.
left.
I'm already in the
Oh,
room with the 2 different doors.
this
So-
isn't going to work.
I've got a choice between left or right. Yeah. I mean, I could just wait for it to catch up, unless I can somehow decrease the time, which I don't think I can do while it's going. Stream delay. Doesn't look like it's got one on it by default. So it must be a YouTube side thing. Anyway. So at the doors, left or right?
Right.
Right? Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I think I timed the delay, Andrew.
Time to delay. How long is it?
29 seconds.
29.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
That's on my
been
end,
worth
other
the
people might be
detour
slightly
after all,
better.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully
Definitely not as good as
constructed
it would
room.
be on Discord or something like that.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
The problem is if we tried to do it on Discord, we wouldn't have the resolution options we do here.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yep. He knows me so well. Loving these paintings. I'm pretty sure that they're photos.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's
Creepy.
possible that this is why everyone left.
I suppose you could try just commenting through, or listening it through the stream.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Anyway, I've just been waiting around in that room for a bit.
But
to see
at
how long it
last,
takes
he'd
to
had enough of
catch
the
up.
amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh, should we get back to business? So there's a hallway, and I'm going left or I'm going forward. So should I go left or should I go forward?
Right.
Can't seem to go right. Doesn't seem to be one of the options. So, you're up to the left door or the forward door?
Whichever one you... I don't know. Let's go forward.
Forward? Okay. Take a little while to
At
catch
the,
up.
at the moment on
Stanley
the
was
other
so
stream,
bad
you're
at
just
following
trying to unlock
directions,
the other
it's
doors.
incredible he wasn't
Yeah.
5 years ago.
I can see it, but oh, what should we do here, I wonder? So there's a big warehouse area. This is weird. There must be a better way of doing this.
At least you can keep the sync up with your gigabyte internet and double 2080 Ti's.
Yeah, I wish. Okay. So should we go across here? we stand on this thing, I think it might take us somewhere. Should we jump down? Or should we try to get on one of those little platforms over there?
You can try and get a little platform.
The middle ones?
If we can parkour.
I think this will go up.
Look,
over
Stanley,
it,
I
maybe?
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
The narrator wants to show me something to prove that he's on my side. What could that be? Okay. What's through here, I wonder?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, should we go through the red door or the blue door?
Let's go red.
Red door? Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
I think I might be in an infinite loop.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just
Trying to catch up a bit.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, door opened. Should we keep going around the infinite loop or should we try and go through the door?
Okay. Give the loop a bit more luck. See how it goes.
Let's see if he says anything else. I'm not sure if it will. And backwards for a bit. Just to see what happens. Nope, doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, into the door we go.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What's this? What's happening? Oh. I'm meant to be walking. Oh, there's dots behind me. Okay.
Just jumps into the void on stream.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, of course, had loading. So I've only got one choice here in the void. Let's continue forward.
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Yay, happiness for the narrator. Whee! I wish I could jump. Do happy jumping joys. Jumping joys? What? Jumping jacks. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna go out.
Probably the most this is probably the most colourful room in the game, isn't it? That one.
Probably. Oh, he doesn't want me to leave. I might go back. You know, just to...
Right. Where were we?
He really doesn't want me to leave. And if I just keep going in and out, if he does something different. Nope. What happens if I jump off the edge? I can't. It's not letting me. Okay. See if we can find another choice.
Oh no, Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh, that looks like a falling off point. Okay, I'm gonna go back now. Kind of just making all decisions. Oh, it's a different color.
Good.
Should have gone for something instead of a room of colours. It should be like the
Promise
room of
me you
infinite
won't
cat
go back
videos
there.
or something.
Just stay
That'd be
here.
great.
No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
I completely forgot you could even get this
You
ending,
are going
the
to
stair
stay
one.
here, aren't you?
Seems to be saying something different almost every time I go in and out, as long as I get another bit of dialogue. So I wonder how far you can push it.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Okay, another bit of dialogue. Now if we go back, what do we do? Another time. Okay. I'm just trying it out now. I'm kind of giving up on decisions for them. Like, I know what I want to try, so I'm just trying it. Okay. Let's go up.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take
Yeah, it's
this
the question
from
of the
me.
game thing. If the guy actually stayed in the room, is he actually immortal? Just him and the narrator guy just chilling there forever?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've had another bit of dialogue, so we'll go back down. There must be a way of getting another ending through the platform, surely. Like, the falling off can't be the only thing you can do here.
Yeah. Do they still add endings
it's
to the
different.
game, or have they stopped?
I don't think they've updated it recently. They've done other... back to what it was originally. I think they were doing like phone calls and emails and stuff for a bit. Oh, what? Oh, wow, that was... trippy. Okay. Doesn't seem like you can actually do anything else. I was hoping. Oh well, looks like we've got no choice.
That's what it is.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
That was a bit of dialogue. Let's go back down. Stanley's trying to get you to say something other than not to do that. Because I can't actually go anywhere else.
Too bad the solution's just not, hey, now Stanley knows something, we're gonna, and he can talk with the narrator.
Yeah. Okay, didn't do anything. This is going to be a very entertaining video on the YouTubes. Me just going up and down the stairs for a bit. Although it'll be the first video I've had this year, and like a good part of last year too. So, at least it's something. I should get back into making videos. I've got a bit of time this week to do that.
No!
Yeah, they don't have to be super long.
Thank God you lived.
Get a random 2020
Had me worried there
misadventures.
for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Turns out you survived after all that.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can.
Happiness
If we
room.
stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Oh, stop moving. Okay. So they stop moving. Hands off. See if it does anything. Yes, no? Maybe?
I don't know.
Can you repeat the question?
This is not what I thought was up here.
It's not doing anything. It's taking too long. It can't be the ending. Okay.
Stanley, go back.
Do you
There's
know where to
nothing
find the
good that
griffin
can
now?
come from this.
Go to the, I think it's the North Tower at Hogwarts.
What?
What?
To Gryffindor, right?
No. No, what are you
climbed up
doing?
a mountain
Do
and
you
found
just
it was
not
volcano.
believe me? What can I say to convince
So
you?
yeah, we should try that. Maybe another week when there's more people. Try that Hogwarts thing I linked.
Oh yeah, I don't know how that would work. I think, is that not through,
It might be through a server. Or might be able to do it yourself. I'm not 100% sure.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you
So-
do that for me?
I
My
think it might
God. Is this
be
really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform
bedrock?
over and over
No,
to
not-
get rid of
yeah.
it? You were
bedrock.
literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still
Is there
thought
nothing
that was
else I can do
possible.
here? 'Cause it just seems to be like, no matter what I do, I'm always just stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
I remember there was the one thing, spoilers for people watching the video, there was the ending which had like the lady narrator or something, and it's too bad there's nothing really more with that.
Yeah. Oh, should we go back and try something different? Just seem to be stuck here.
Because it'd be interesting, it'll be like a Stanley and narrator fight the other narrator to actually truly escape from it or something.
Start, isn't it?
But I suppose the point of the game isn't to have a truly good ending.
Yeah. Well, I managed to do it. I got out.
Oh, that's why I can't find them.
Or just seems plot twist, it's just another testing thing for the people from Portal.
Yeah.
So Stanley people was Portal free all along.
Wait a minute. This isn't the same room as before.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I found a secret. It's a whiteboard ending.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I advanced the story while he was telling me I wasn't advancing the story. Can I stay in here? Whiteboard ending.
Oh, I see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Let me
he
out!
entered the
Let
door
me
on
out!
his left.
Okay, we've got 2 open doors, left or right. I think he wants me to go left. Tends to be the case.
Go right.
Go right. Is that agreed?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, we're going back to the employee lounge. I'm just trying to open every door. Even though I'm pretty sure they don't do anything. Let me in! Please! We're back here! Hello!
Wow. Yes,
drink.
this room. What a beautiful room.
Yes.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Look at
Thank
this
goodness
chair.
Stanley had taken this
And its
detour
couch.
on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, should we go through the left one, or should we keep going forward like we did last time?
We'll try and be a bit different, I suppose.
Left? Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
I
walked straight
remember this
ahead
one.
to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, so there's a lift downwards, or there is a door that continues on back on track. So should we go through the door, Should go down the lift. Maintenance.
So as the lift being zip different than last time, why not?
It will. Anything we choose from now on will be different next time.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Okay, so he wants me to go left. I'm not sure if there's any other option at the moment.
Oh, no. No, it's to the
Get
right.
right
I'm
into the
mistaken.
wall until the door appears.
No,
No,
not
it's
the
in the
right.
middle, right.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What am I doing? I'm stuck.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, it's a truck. Get into the truck. No, okay, so I have to go this way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Spoilers.
We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
So that was another ending.
Hmm?
I think we could try. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how long you have to wait in here in the first office before you get that ending, but it's not the kind of one you want to wait around
All of his
for.
co-workers were gone.
Hmm.
What could it mean?
Did you
Stanley
did Broom
decided to go
close
to
it
the
in now?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Touching all those things. Okay, I think we're back to the doors.
When
Oh,
Stanley...
wait.
Wait, what? No,
What?
no, I restarted.
Wait.
I swear, I definitely
What?
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Taking a seat.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room
right.
with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
There's a
Why
few
am
more
I
doors.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
You'll see them in a sec.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, we gotta find the story. So there's 5.5 doors. I think one of them I can't actually get through. So if you pick a number, I'll do it from the left, from 1 to 5. Oh, or you could say which one exactly on. You can see it in the room now. So
3.
3. So the third one from the left, not including the one with the seats in front of it.
I'll say
Oh,
it.
if the one with the
This
seats in
is
front
the
of it,
worst
then maybe the
adventure
one
I've
next to
ever
the one
been
with the
on.
seats in front
Promise
of it.
you, there
Okay.
definitely was a story here before. Do we
Aha.
need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, we just... Okay. It was an ending. Somehow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Channel 4 computers. I'm pretty sure there's a way of escaping out this window over here somewhere.
I need to do some convoluted then.
Get up. On this one here. Ah, that looks like. Yep. Come on. Ah, almost there. Oh, okay, must be here. Wait, where was it?
The finesse it.
I feel like I almost had it for a second and then it. Wait a minute, do I have to. Should better get over this rail somehow. I know I can get out this window, but I can't do it.
You can't remember how you do it either.
Yeah, I think the chair has to be out like this one, so maybe if we find a room that's like this one that has a chair out like that, we'll be able to do it.
Suppose.
Hey, I made it glitch again. Oh,
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Ah.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
maybe we'll be able to get it through this way. Oh, it's changed. I thought it had changed. Not changed?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay,
Child.
let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, and okay.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yay, I
I know
won.
you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Donation.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, we restarted. Okay. Oh, there's a line this time.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Just follow the line. Should we follow the line or should we go the normal direction?
Be nice to him this time.
Nice to him. Find a computer with solitaire on it. I wonder if I can turn it off. No, we can't. Okay. Following the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Comments is
You know
pretty good
what?
at the moment.
I think what we need right
I'll
now
lose
is a
all
bit
my
of music to
viewers
lighten
and
the
then
mood.
something again. Just turn it up.
Still pretty constant at 3 for me.
the music, go back and look at that fern.
Oh, okay. I've got to go.
I want to get the
Stanley,
identity
this
of
fern will be
Jimmo.
very important
Yeah, I
later in
wonder.
the
I
story.
can hear typing in the
Make
background.
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
He spelled noob wrong.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Okay. You retracted it. Nice. Hey, look, we found the office again.
Didn't do anything. Why is he stuck in a rock?
What, there's no
Because he
rocks
likes
anywhere around here.
his movies.
Following the line.
Oh,
Back here.
no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
Line, how could you have done
everything
this to
we've
us?
been through, oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell
so
with
many
it.
good lines.
Restart.
Oh, I can't do it.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Still no window.
Yeah, still can't get up there. I think I was pretty close last time. I
Now,
think I probably was
yes,
the one to
this
do it.
is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your
it's a new path
imagination.
again.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I'm just crab walking it. Oh, there's. Gotta go this way. Can't go. I wonder if it fixes itself if I go this way.
When I said no window, I had no evidence you were even in the room, but the stream shows that you were still by some miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not you again.
The line.
Stanley,
Nice,
I'd also
it's
like to
back.
veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Going back then? I wonder if I can go back. Find out. Right, so if I end up in the infinite loop, I wonder if I can go. Can't really be infinite. Because we saw the other side before. Here it is. Now will the line come up on this side as well? Oh, we're back. Hello. So it wasn't infinite. Just how does that work?
There's a lot of typing going on, but nothing being written.
He's busy playing his game. Okay. I have to follow the line, sadly. It's not letting us do anything else too interesting. Oh,
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we
Guess
mustn't
what?
squander the opportunity.
Wait, I'm not.
In fact, I believe
I
I need a
can
minute
craft
to think here.
scissors.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Just don't run with them.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. And so starting from the right, let us ask, Will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, okay. What? We didn't have a choice.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Restart has...
And the timer just stopped? Does that mean... did we do it?
So we ended up
did
in
we
the
break the
monitor
cycle?
room.
The,
Wait, which one did we do
whatever
first?
it is that made this schedule?
I can't remember.
No.
It was a steering now.
Someone come for us?
Steering.
Will something happen? So,
Deviate from
okay.
maintenance room, maybe? And there's first restart.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some
So
way
stick
that
around
this is a
for
kind of
$20.
story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the
Wait, is this
destination.
what I actually did?
So I hope that's where we are right now.
I
We'll find out,
guess.
won't we? Eventually. Well,
Is
in
it
the
all done?
meantime...
Oh, something went funny. Sure there's a way you could tap on the computer or something. Anyway.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So, we'll go back to the room.
So I just heard a noise in the back and I went like, "New."
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Was it supposed to be the game restarting?
Yeah, I think it was. Do you want to go left or right? We've gone right most times. We go left, maybe.
You might as well just follow the guy's things for later. Be the fallen line ending, I suppose.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, so we're going to go up to the boss's office. We're just going to continue to... Oh. I found the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet,
You
but
can
there
shut
was
up if
nothing
you want.
there, so he turned around and got back on track.
I shut the door to the broom closet. I'm stuck in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm a moss. A moss. A moss? Moth. What?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, up to the boss's office. Oh, it's got nice wallpaper. Very fancy up here. Now, which one's the office? It's the bathroom. It's not where we want to go. We want to go to the office. Ah, this must be it here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret
You
was
felt the
being
devs
held
like
from
making the boss's room.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, bad. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, over here. Does it want me to put it in? It's 2845 is what
Stanley
it says.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input
Well, the
anything
stream
on the
doesn't see
device
anything
which
yet,
uses,
so-
since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Let's do something random, eh? Because I can't possibly know
Sure.
it.
Good 2020 go for you.
2845. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
It
And
opened
Stanley
anyway.
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
He didn't like that very much. Probably should just put it in. Over here. The darkness. Just darkness. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
this?
Control Facility.
Should we escape or go to the mind control facility?
Get out of there.
Get out of there. Pretty sure the mind control facility is where we've been before. It's just the bottom layer of it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Should I keep going since I'm going to meet my violent death?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'll
At
just
this
keep on
point,
escaping, I
Stanley was
suppose.
making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah, I know which one this one is.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
Parkouring or something.
In a single
Another female
visceral
narrator.
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Office computers. filing cabinets. The artwork. Some doors.
The pseudo developer room, I suppose.
Yeah. This is like the museum of all the stuff that's in the game.
Hmm.
Oh, is this part of the game? Don't think I've seen this place. We won't comment on that. There was a wall about another possible ending. Ah, it switched to email too quickly. I was reading that.
Right.
Some Aussie rooms. Hey, that looks familiar. Pretty sure that's my room. My office, that is, in the game. Not in real life. Oh, and that's the exit.
Honestly, having your own office with its own door and everything probably means that you're not in a bad position in a real job.
Yeah, sure.
Not one of the old cubicles. Leave you to wander on your own for a minute and be back.
Okay. It's a nice enough looking place. I'll go to the exit, I think.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
And turn off the...
Can you see?
Haha.
Can you
From the
see
inside.
how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
I wonder if I should press quit the game if it does anything.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
That's the ending we needed. Are we done? Is this gonna be darkness for a bit? Sure. Begin the game again. I don't have any feet. There seems to be a lot of games in which you don't have any feet. Okay. Head out into the world again.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Got 20 more innings on, I've been gone.
Just they finished the other one off. Input received. Interesting, some of the computers are doing some different stuff.
I'm trying to go for the window.
Going to give it a go. So close, come on. can feel it. Wait a minute, I can crouch. I wonder if that was the problem. Oh, what? Now it's not doing... I had it before.
Just gotta be persistent, I suppose.
Aha. Yeah, got it. Got it.
Did you window?
Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Haha.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Yay.
Okay,
all
I'm
in.
over it now.
All
What
the
do you
wetness.
think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
What?
Are you sick of this gag? Never.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue
Looks like a couple
on your
of
first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Yeah, I think so.
Indeed,
Actually, have
you
too
are
much
one
room
of the
inside
lucky
this little
ones.
area.
Though if the other option is really
it's
miserable
like-
to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay.
Okay, what's the window supposed to be? The meter ending.
Yeah. I think it's like a bit passive aggressive as well. It's like he just kept talking about whether or not I should have chosen yes or no, and then if I should restart the game and try the other one. Should I wait? No, just restart it. It's good enough. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, this might be the last one, and then we'll do something else maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he
So
entered
should we
the
follow
door
to
on
the
his
left or
left.
to the right?
Let's just go all be nice. That's the last time you're doing it for today, so just do what he wants, beginning to end.
Yep. So instead of escaping, we'll go through into the
Yep.
thing. We'll
Mind control.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
What was it?
He began
Remember to
wildly
wait
tearing
3,
through
4,
papers on the boss's desk,
To wait for
pulling
5.
books off the
wait for
shelf,
5.
looking behind paintings. Desperate for... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of
The narrator didn't
anxiety
like that
isn't
either.
healthy,
Very guessed
so he
probably.
relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Then we go down.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, so I made it to the mind control facility. There'd be a
I don't
button.
mind how you control this ending.
Did we press the button?
What does it seem like? What's his face wants?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What horrible secret
Pushed it
did
away.
this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Really? I mean, this is like everyone's monitored, right? And it's like, everyone's monitored, and in this place, freedom means nothing. It's like, if it's a job site that you can go home, you still have freedom. I don't understand.
Yeah. And if there was really mind control, why would some random company have it? It'll be everyone uses it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. It's all a bit strange.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
That
else's
one's going to,
control.
could you mind control the
Never.
mind control? So if one company
It
was
was
mind controlling
unthinkable.
someone, could
Was
another
it-
company then mind
was it
control them
even
away?
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
And someone goes to get it removed and finds out there are like 50 different
Here was
people's mind control.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind control status offline. Surely that's what we want. Lots of buttons and things.
Hmm.
I don't think any of them are going to help me. Go to the power facility. What was it? 5. There's 4 up there. Maybe we have to press them in order. Is there a 1 and a 2 somewhere? There's a 3.
Are you just supposed to just push the button off? Again, that should be super generic.
Don't know if these do anything. We're just gonna press them in order. Let's have to press the red button first.
Maybe. Maybe gotta press the power and then the deactivate something, I don't know. It's been too long since I've done this.
Funny they can crouch, but you can't jump. There must be some use for that somewhere apart from
They're just not going to give you that much power jumping.
yeah. But it doesn't seem like there's much you could do with it really. But I don't do anything. Okay. Go in here. Some power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his
Sounds like a powerful
obligation,
button.
to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
It's already on. Like, the mind control systems weren't even on.
I guess now they'll be super off.
Yeah.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will
Seems
be
like the
his.
business.
And that was all.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was actually for an ending
was
which tried to
perhaps
say,
the
like,
only
play
thing
where the
worth
co-workers were.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
Like
liberation,
an ending where
the immense
it turned out all the other
possibility
workers
of a
got,
new path
you know,
before him.
taken out when
This was
Half-Life
exactly
happened or
the
something,
way,
and he was,
right
the narrator
now,
was just like an AI trying to keep
things
you
were
alive.
meant to happen. And
Could be part of
Stanley
some, like,
was happy.
electronic arc, like on that, was it Soma? Whatever it is?
I can't remember.
Where your memories get downloaded into a machine, which wouldn't really help anyone actually, but anyway. Because you're dead. It's like, the best it's a copy of you and that's about it.
Mm.
Okay, that may not be all for the stream. Goodbye stream. Goodbye.